Welcome to those joining NASA Television's live coverage of the launch of the 13th expedition crew aboard a Soyuz rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Engineers continue to monitor all systems aboard the Soyuz rocket and its Soyuz TMA capsule. The automated launch sequencer has been enabled. They're set to begin the voyage of the spacecraft in about 4 minutes 40 seconds. The official launch time is 8:30 tonight Central Time, or 8:30 a.m. local at Baikonur. Now T-minus 3 minutes and 30 seconds. In-cabin view of the Soyuz vehicle shows cosmonaut Pavel Vinogradov in the center seat on the left and astronaut Jeff Williams in the left seat to the right of this screen view. T-minus 3 minutes and counting. T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds. The booster tank is being repressurized for flight. T-minus 2 minutes and counting. All systems are still go for launch. Brazilian astronaut Marcus Pontes out of view in this in-cabin view, seated in the right seat of the Soyuz. T-minus 1 minute from launch. The Soyuz is now on internal power. The first umbilical tower separates from the booster, less than a minute away from the launch of the 13th expedition crew and a Brazilian astronaut to the International Space Station. 30 seconds. T-minus 15 seconds, and the second umbilical tower moves away from the Soyuz. T-minus 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Liftoff of the Soyuz rocket transporting Jeff Williams, Pavel Vinogradov, and Marcus Pontes to their microgravity home in space.
Flight nominal. 40 seconds.
Now 40 seconds into the flight of the Soyuz, all systems
is
normal. The Soyuz is heading toward a link-up with the International Space Station 2 days from now.
50 seconds. Pressure inside the cabin is nominal. 60 seconds. Your pitch and roll are nominal. Everything is fine on board. Everything is nominal.
A good roll and pitch program according to flight controllers as the Soyuz heads towards the space station.
All the control systems are nominal. 90 seconds. Thrusters are functioning nominally.
A good first stage performance, the Soyuz delivering 102 pounds of thrust from its 4 boosters and single engine. The first stage of the Soyuz measures 68 feet in length, 24 feet in diameter as it burns for the first 2 minutes and 6 seconds of flight.
Soyuz vehicle confirms everything's nominal.
The jettison of the 4 strap-on boosters confirmed they have completed their job and have dropped away at an altitude of 28 statute miles. The Soyuz is traveling at about 3,350 miles an hour.
Stabilization is stable. Everything is nominal on board. We're feeling fine.
Now 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the flight, the escape tower and launch shroud are jettisoned.
Seconds. All control systems are functioning nominally. All the parameters.
Brazilian astronaut Marcus Pontes in this view. His first flight into space.
Copy. (210).
Now about 3.5 minutes into the flight of the Soyuz, it should be at an altitude of about 66 statute miles, traveling at a speed of 5,483 miles an hour.
Stabilization is steady. Everything's nominal on board. We continue our ascent, and we're feeling fine.
The Soyuz second stage performing as advertised. The second stage of the Soyuz is 56 feet in length, 13.5 feet in diameter, with a single engine providing 96 tons of thrust for its 3 minutes and 28 seconds of operation.
Control systems are nominal. We see the second stage separation.
5 minutes into the flight of the Soyuz with the second stage separation confirmed, the 4 liquid-fueled engines have completed their task for today, now dropping away. About 4 minutes of powered flight remaining. The Soyuz now being propelled by the single engine of the Soyuz's third stage. The engine is providing 30 tons of thrust and will burn for 4 minutes and 2 seconds.
Everything is nominal. Systems are functioning normally.
Now 5.5 minutes into the flight.
Everything is very steady, virtually no shaking, and everything is stable. Okay, copy. 350 seconds. Flight is nominal.
The Soyuz now at an altitude of 113 statute miles, traveling at a speed of 9,954 miles an hour. The item dangling in the Soyuz spacecraft was selected by Vinogradov, a polar bear, as his hometown is just south of the Arctic Circle.
Thrusters are functioning nominally.
The item will help signify when the Soyuz reaches orbit and enters into microgravity.
.400. Stabilization is steady.
Soyuz at an altitude of 120 statute miles, traveling at a speed of 11,283 miles an hour.
Nominal. We copy.
Now 7 minutes into the flight.
.430. Third stage thrusters are functioning nominally. 440. Stabilization is steady.
Now 7 minutes and 30 seconds into the flight of Soyuz, the velocity now almost 13,500 miles an hour.
450 flight is nominal.
Once the third stage delivers the Soyuz to orbit and the module is separated, a series of pre-programmed commands will be executed to prepare it for orbital operations. These stored commands, called time tag commands, allow many of the Soyuz's systems to be automatically activated by onboard computers at precise times stored in those computers.
.480. Control systems parameters are nominal. 490. Stabilization is steady. 500 flight is nominal.
The Soyuz now at an altitude of 125 statute miles, traveling at a speed of 15,271 miles an hour.
Yaw, pitch, and roll are nominal. 520. Control systems parameters are within the norm.
Now 8 minutes and 55 seconds into the flight, the third stage cutoff and separation confirmed. The single liquid-fueled engine is now shut down and has dropped away at an altitude of about 125 statute miles. The third stage is now performing an avoidance maneuver by opening an outgassing valve in the liquid oxygen tank.
Karate, congratulations with the excellent job. We were nervous, but you guys did great. We wish you the best, and we hope that the remaining of your flight will be just as successful as the launch. Thank you very much. 16-3, I am handing over control to MCC Moscow. Karate, this is MCC Moscow. MCC, this is Karate. We have you loud and clear. We are ready to issue the commands. Okay, copy that. You have a go to send the commands, and we have you loud and clear as well. We've issued the command 13. Copy that.
Now 10 minutes 20 seconds into the flight, the crew inside the Soyuz capsule now safely in orbit. That orbit is at an altitude of about 143 miles by 118 miles. That orbit will be raised systematically over the course of the next 2 days, placing it in close proximity to the International Space Station for the final rendezvous and docking set for 10:19 p.m. Central Time Friday night. Control of the spacecraft from here on will be overseen from the control facility in Korolev.
MCC Karate, we're working per page 45. The first pressure reading is 785 millimeters, then 805 millimeters, and 656. We copied the data. Can you repeat the pressure in the BO? 805 is the pressure in the BO compartment. Are you ready to copy the KDU parameters? Yes. 18.7, 19, 250, 20. Reading the KDU parameters. We copied all your data.
This is Mission Control Houston, now 12 minutes and 44 seconds into the flight of the Soyuz. This in-cabin view continuing to show Soyuz Commander Pavel Vinogradov in the center seat. Astronaut Jeffrey Williams in the left seat, and out of view is Brazilian astronaut Marcus Pontes in the right seat. Tonight and tomorrow, the engines of the Soyuz will be fired 3 additional times to further raise the Soyuz's orbit to that of the station.
Thank you. We're feeling great. Everything is nominal on board. We're feeling good. We're smiling here. Thank you. Congratulations again, just from me personally, and from everybody here in the room. Thank you, Sergey. Say hello to everyone, and huge thank you for all the support that you guys have lent us. Okay. Actually, the teddy bear, the toy teddy bear, is blocking the view from the camera that we are using to watch you guys. Thank you.
Vinogradov pushing out of the way the polar bear that he had chosen to show in the camera view when the Soyuz reached orbit. It is significant to him because of his hometown is just south of the Arctic Circle. The closest town to that would be Nome, Alaska, about 500 miles away across the Bering Strait.
Did you record the data for the suit number 1?
The engine burns that are planned for tonight and tomorrow include a burn at 12:08 a.m. Tonight That will be a 28.9 meter per second burn. That equals about 94.8 feet per second. The next burn will be about an hour later at 12:57 a.m. early Thursday morning. That will be a burn of 14.17 meters per second, or about 46.49 feet per second. The final burn on Thursday will be at 9:47 p.m. Central Time at a rate of 2 meters per second, or 6.56 feet per second. Friday, the final engine burns will be executed to place the crew and its Soyuz in the proper orbit for final rendezvous and docking.
The pressure is in SI is 786 millimeters. We copy. Karate, this is MCC. Please respond. Yes, go ahead, MCC. Can you give us the data for Form 03? Okay, Form 03. First parameter 16.6, reading data per Form 03.
This is Mission Control Houston, now 17 minutes and 12 seconds into the flight of the Soyuz carrying the Expedition 13 crew, Commander Pavel Vinogradov and Flight Engineer Jeffrey Williams, and Brazilian astronaut Marcos Pontes to the space station. 2 days from now, a link-up in space will take place high above Russia within ground tracking stations. That docking will continue the seamless transition of one crew to the next. 10 days from now, with handover completed, the Expedition 12, along with Marcos Pontes, will board the Soyuz currently docked at the station and return home after 6 months in space and leave Expedition 13 to oversee the ongoing research and operation of the space station. During its increment, Expedition 13 is scheduled to be visited by 2 space shuttles and their crews and 2 unmanned Progress supply vehicles, and they will conduct 2 spacewalks to continue the external outfitting of the orbiting complex. The next crew, Expedition 14, launches to the station in September.
Monitor the KSP telemetry meanwhile. Karate, we have about 90 seconds until LOS, so the next compass is at 0702. We copy MCC. 0702 is the next compass. We are monitoring both right and left screens. Okay, copy that.
This will conclude our live coverage of the launch of the Expedition 13 crew. Video replays of the launch will be coming up next on NASA television momentarily. Interviews with NASA managers at the launch site will air in a video file no later than 1 a.m. Central Time Thursday morning or sooner if available. The docking coverage here on NASA television will begin at 9 p.m. Central Time on Friday, March 31st, from Mission Control Moscow. This is Mission Control Houston.